Man, I wanted to talk about this, all right? Because what I realized is that on the road to success, bro, there's things you just have to avoid, like as best as possible. But if you could avoid it completely, that's even better. And this video I saw perfectly encapsulated. Oh shit! I hope that's how you pronounce that word. But encapsulate this video perfectly encapsulated everything that you should avoid, and I wanted to discuss it, man. Let's get into the content.
Now let's be facts.
Yesterday, let's keep you off the cover of the USA Today. Let's go. Out past 12 midnight.
All right, now first one, out past 12 midnight. So what I realized, honestly, you know, as getting older and shit like that, you know, experiencing certain things. 12 a.m. is like, there's a few songs about this shit. 12 a.m. is like when the freaks come out, you know, the sexual shit happens after 12 a.m. That's not what he was necessarily referring to in here, but that's what I've come to realize. Like after 12 a.m., what are you doing on the streets? You know, the freaks are out. the freaks are out after 12 a.m. and shit. Nothing but bad things would be happening after that time. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a professional athlete or something like that. This is what he was referring to mostly, the professional athletes keeping themselves out of trouble. You out after 12 a.m., what are you doing? You're not practicing, more likely than not. You're not outside practicing. You know, you're not outside honing your craft. You outside whoring around. You like that wordplay? You know what I'm saying? More likely than not, if you outside after 12 a.m., you doing some shit you're not supposed to be doing. Even if you're not a professional athlete, you outside after 12 a.m., what are you really doing? You partying at a strip club, drinking, doing all this extra shit that you know you shouldn't be doing, that you know is gonna ruin your next day of your craft or whatever you're working on. And I feel like that's very apparent, right? I think that's apparent.
Plus 15 on speed limit, going 15.
Now, next one, the plus 15 on the speed limit. I find that shit so interesting because whenever you hear about any famous person getting caught on the highway or the freeway, whatever the case is, they always going way more than 15, plus 15. They're going 100, they're going 100 miles per hour, they're going 80, 90 miles per hour. I always got to bring it up. Whenever you hear about like a tragic car accident from a celebrity, what you think was happening? They were speeding. It's always an issue. They get caught going 100. They get pulled over. They want to use their celebrity card and shit. Like, don't you know who I am? Like, it don't matter who the hell you are, because you driving that 100, whatever, anything more than that is just ridiculous. But if you driving that 100 miles per hour, there's nothing good that's coming of that. Yes, it's nice to show off your car. I mean, going 100 on the freeway, yes, it makes for some nice song lyrics, but in the real world, you know, in real life situations, it's never a good thing. You know, a lot of the times it ends up bad, and it ends up bad for you, it ends up bad for anyone else involved. It's never a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Drugs and guns, alcohol.
Now, the drugs and guns and alcohol, that's, you know, drugs and alcohol is pretty much the same thing, but that shit is so profound, because what I started to realize is this. Just think about it for a minute, all right? Think about the professional athletes in the GOAT conversation. I mean the literal GOAT conversation, not the, you know, you just hating on LeBron for whatever reason. I'm not even talking about those people you think is better than LeBron. Nah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Kobe's, the Jordans, the LeBrons of the world. You know what I'm saying? Do you think any of them was going out smoking weed after a game instead of being at practice? You think any of them was going out partying instead of practicing? Or some shit like that? And I bring that up because I find it funny how there's players who literally get their career ruined because of drugs, bro, and they don't get another opportunity, and you know, you just squandered your whole professional career for drugs. Like, it's shit like that don't make sense to me, because it's like, you ruined your opportunity a lot of other people wish they could get and would never squander that shit for some drugs. You just ruined that shit for what? You know what I'm saying? Now the guns aspect, I mean that's pretty much a no-brainer. That's pretty much a no-brainer. The only time you should be caught with some gun is if you at damn the shooting range or some shit like that. That's the only time. Think about Gilbert Arenas. That's old school, real old school. But think about what happened with that situation. You bringing guns in the locker room. What positive thing could come out of you, a professional athlete, bringing a gun in your damn locker room? What positive thing could there be? That's a real genuine question. Like, someone let me know down in the comment section, because I'm curious, bro. What positive thing could come out of you bringing a damn gun in your locker room, bro? Or bringing that shit anywhere around your facility? What's the positive with that? And think about all of the rappers, even now, perfect timing. Even now, think about all the rappers and shit who get caught with guns and had to spend time in jail. I mean, shit. I mean, come on. It's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying?
Or women you know too well or not well enough. Look at your boy Higgs. 156 miles an hour at 2 in the morning with a gun, a chick, and drinking. He hit the 5. When Allen Iverson got pulled over that time, 93 miles an hour at 2 in the morning with a gun. Only thing he didn't have was the drug, alcohol, and some of that. It's the 5. Tony Dungy laid that thing out for his dog, and I'm telling you, that thing will keep hitting you over and over and over again.
Women. Yo, this topic right here could be a whole nother video. But let me just summarize it as best as I can. Women is the majority of guys' downfall. I'll repeat that shit. Women is a lot of guys' downfall. I was watching a few like real successful people explain like how to become successful and shit like that. They say a lot of the same things, I will not lie, but one of the major things that they say is don't let women distract you. Don't let women distract you as a guy, or even as a woman. If you want to become successful and shit, you gotta know when to put this aside, put that aside, and don't let things distract you. Men could be a distraction too, if you let it. Same thing, guys out there. If you let a woman to be a distraction, she's gonna be a distraction. I said, on the road to becoming successful, these are the things you gotta avoid. Women is a major thing for a lot of guys, and guys out there, don't try to lie and say nothing like that. I know that shit is true, cause you could see guys full of potential, full of greatness deep inside. A woman comes in their life, their girlfriend or whatever kids, it just fucks all of that up for them. They're not going to practice no more. Why? They going to chill with their girl. They're not going to the studio no more. Why? Because they want to go chill with their girl. They're taking days off from their craft to go chill with a girl. I won't lie, I feel like we all know someone who's been a victim of that type of shit, that type of behavior. Instead of working on your craft, you letting women be your downfall. And that type of shit is so profound, because a lot of guys won't ever admit that. A lot of guys won't make that necessary sacrifice to become successful because they want that woman in their life. That woman is their happiness. A lot of men aren't able to compartmentalize that shit. Like, okay, I'm gonna give my girl this amount of time, I'm gonna make sure my craft get this amount of time, the gym get this amount of time, and you know, shit like that. That's why I say a lot of women is a lot of guys' downfall. Like, literally, the women can make or break you, bro. J. Cole said it best, all right? You already know I got my J. Cole reference right here. He said it best. If you put half of what you put in chasing ass into a craft, by now you'd be famous or rich. Such facts. Even that's another aspect I could bring up real quick. Think about those guys who never even amount to anything because all they do is chase ass. All they do is chase women. So you got the people who maybe, let's just say they amounted to something, but they never took it to the next level because of women. And then you got those people who never even amounted to anything, which they could have, and they never did because of women. Two aspects of the same thing, how women could be your downfall. And it's all relevant because we all know someone who let someone else be their downfall. Man, I'm not going front. This video right here, I gotta save this video because the 5 that he mentioned, I won't lie, I pretty much knew about it because I pretty much heard a lot of successful people mention them. But he encapsulated that shit so perfectly that I'm gonna definitely save this video and be referring to it in the future. But let me know what y'all think. Agree, disagree, let me know. 2 videos again in one day, man. I love it. Thank you. You made it to the end of, if you made it to the end of the video, I really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. And more videos coming soon, man.